Salutations from the Heartland. This is Trevor Seven, creator of HowToTelekinesis.com and a student of AvatarEnergyMaster.com. Today I'll be doing some biokinesis, working with weeds and trees. Hope you enjoy the video. Okay, before we get started with the moving trees and weeds portion, I wanted to share this with you. This is the little patch of woods that's right outside my office door, the little office there where I do most of my telekinesis demonstrations. And I just wanted you to have a look at this. It's all kind of barren. This is early spring and not much is happening, but just one little tree, the tree that's right parallel with my window that I see, this tree right here you're looking at, closest to my window. I've been sending it love. And I hung that little chime, wind chime on there, and kind of made an agreement that every time I heard the wind chime, I would send this tree some extra love. Because I want this tree to grow really big and tall and shade my front porch here of the little kennel office shop / building thing here. So I send it love, and lo and behold, you can see that it's the one that budded first. It's the only tree in sight, in fact, that has any green buds on it. So there's something to that, man, sending love. I mean, it's no longer guesswork. I mean, they've actually got photography where you can see it happening. Okay, now this is the tree that's right next to the tree that I want to grow big and strong, and I kind of had a talk with this tree and said, you know, you're kind of crowding the guy I'm wanting to grow tall, and I could use you for firewood if you could just kind of dry up and become brittle and nice and dry for my wood stove. I'd really appreciate it. And look at this. It's dying, and the other tree is thriving. So there you go, the power of love. Send love. All right. Oh, and while we're on the subject of nature, I wanted to mention, you know, if you haven't already, get you a small garden, guys. Grow you some food. You'd be amazed at how much food you can grow in a little 4x8 raised bed garden. We have several of these. We plant some in the ground too as well. We have plenty of land. But anybody who's got a small yard surely has room for a little 4x8 garden bed. And you'd be amazed how much you can grow in it. Don't plant in rows, you know. Nature doesn't grow in rows, so just plant it all just sporadic. I mean, just pile it in there, guys. Carrots and onions and everything. I was going to plant this day, but I live in Missouri, and hello, we went from 75 one day to 31 and snowing the next. So I'm waiting to plant some myself. All right, so that's kind of a precursor to the dancing with trees thing that I'm going to be doing here at the end. I wanted to kind of give you a little walk up the path here, and I'll show you there's a little patch of weeds up here I'm going to sit down and mess around with, but this is kind of just a little tour of my property. This is kind of our second yard. This is where all our dogs come up and play. And on the subject of trees, pine trees, evergreen trees, cedar trees, these are all real healing type of trees that have a real nice healing aura. So if you're ever sick or sad, go sit beneath an evergreen tree. You just feel the love and the healing. All right. Now, I ordered one of those little pinwheel things, and I don't have one yet. I'm just kind of experimenting. I'm very curious to see if it's magnetics or aerokinesis, but this is just kind of messing around with weeds and wind and nature. As you can see, I kind of got a little bit of influence, and it's not like I'm telling it what to do or anything. It's kind of a dance, kind of a union between the two of us, a cooperation, you know. And the elements and the plants and the minerals and all this, it's all connected. I mean, the air is like this big electromagnetic soup of infinite energy and information that we're all walking around in and taking for granted. You know, we breathe it in and out of our lungs and act like it's not there because it's invisible, but it's so much. It's all just a big sea of energy, and if you can get that left brain toned down and your right brain up and connect on a spiritual level, nature is just a beautiful place to practice this stuff. And I know a lot of people will say it's all just coincidence or you're delusional or whatever, but you can feel it when you're doing it. All right, and on to the trees. I love trees. Trees are amazing spiritual beings. This is just the path back there is my little kennel and a chicken coop. This is a path back to an area where I spend a lot of my time in nature, and this is kind of kind of sacred ground. Not too many people have seen this, well, until now, except maybe my family and the animals that we share this land with. And to tell you the truth, I'm not going to work with any of the trees that I have the most connection with. Some of these, there's some old trees out here, well over 100 years old. And just out of respect, I'm not going to film those trees. I'm going to work with some trees that I haven't really bonded with. But I wanted to share this with you. Just, man, this is like a little patch of heaven. Of course, it looks pretty dismal this time of year, but boy, when this thing turns green, it's like paradise back here to me. Oh, and that little black thing you see up there, that's actually a burial ground. That's where I put all the skeptics and haters on from YouTube. Those people that make bad comments, I hunt them down. And this big tree here doesn't look like much, but when it's covered with leaves, it's just a perfect little umbrella to shade. I don't know if you can see if there's a little tree swing my kids and I made, and lawn chair where I kick back and watch them swing on it. Anyway, okay, so we're going to work with these trees. Like I said, these are just not really the trees back here in our camping area, just some other trees that I haven't really bonded with. And I'm working with a group of trees here. Okay, and there's kind of the ones in the back kind of have some green leaves laying on them, and these other two are kind of larger and they're kind of barren, and so it's a little bit different feeling and aura for each tree. So I'm trying to kind of just make a connection and see if they want to, cooperate, and kind of starting at the back and working my way towards the front. And you can see we've got a little movement. They're like, we'll play. So kind of just working with those a little bit, trying to get a little movement going for them, and then I'll kind of incorporate. You can see I kind of use a little different approach when I start working with those bigger trees. That's kind of a lower frequency, and kind of tone myself down and start swinging at the roots and the base and see if I can get them to interact with it. And they're like, yeah, we'll play too. So now that we got a group, we're going to try to kind of like a symphony. Trees are all about harmony. And, they don't bud their leaves too soon. Let the plants below get enough sunlight to get growth before they start getting their leaves. It's all they feel all connected. There's no me with trees. It's all we. So, you can see they're all kind of getting happy and got a little bit of interaction. It's not like they're puppets on strings or anything. I mean, it's a dance. It's a cooperation. They love doing it, and I love the feeling of doing it. All right. So there's a little tree dancing for you. Do it, guys. Just secretly send love to everyone you see. Don't make a big deal of it. Just do it. And if you can, grow you some nice organic food, because even the organic food you buy in the store has been radiated. And there's nothing like it, guys. And just spend some time out in nature. I mean, if you're working on spiritual growth, you can spend no better time than the time that you spend in nature. And respect the trees. The trees have a lot to teach us. They're the lungs of Mother Earth, and they're wise teachers in disguise. Okay, thanks for watching. Good day, God bless, and namaste.